With the realization that women play a very vital role in the development of any economy, and also doing away with the saying that a woman's place is in the kitchen, the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation has over time stood up to defend the cause of women in Lagos State by coming up with different programs, policies and innovations. In line with Mr. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's themed agenda, particularly the Pillar M, which is making Lagos a 21st century economy, the Lagos State government, through the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, has been working with this laid down blueprint, part of which has the women covered and also part of which has plans on how to eradicate poverty in the state. Also, this administration came with the determination and commitment to providing women with means of learning various skills in order to earn a living that will continue to enhance their roles in sustaining their families, communities, and the state as a whole.
We're focusing on fighting poverty through the implementation of our social economic empowerment programs. It's therefore with all sense of humility that over 1,000 of such beneficiaries will be getting the support today, and some of our graduates from the skill acquisition centers, various supports that they've identified that will help you to set you up to ensure that you begin to have some livelihood that can help take your family out of poverty.
To this end, the ministry has organized a series of skills acquisition and empowerment programs in the 19 skill acquisition centers and quarterly short-term trainings across the state to promote and defend the cause of women in Lagos State while ensuring each woman is economically independent. So far, about 6,780 women in various capacities, such as the vulnerable, those living with health challenges or disabilities, retired civil servants, unemployed graduates, young female adults, widows, and women drawn from faith-based organizations have benefited from these short-term skill acquisition trainings. These women were trained in different vocations such as events decoration, hair braiding and wig making, fabric stoning and embellishment, tie and dye, soap and pomade making, stove wick and insecticide production, among others.
In the last 2 years, about 6,780 women have been taught various skills in about 25 centers. And these women are various categories of women in Lagos State. We've been able to teach retirees from the state civil service. We've trained people living with disability, people living with HIV, faith-based organizations, and vulnerable women in various local governments.
Even before they finish the training, you already see some of them doing these things as a profitable venture. Like there was a testimony of somebody that she said when she was going to a party, after spending about 2 weeks, she made just a few to distribute at the party as souvenirs. And people at that party ask her to make for them for their next events. And so there are things that ready to go businesses that will train women on.
For the long-term trainings, it is important to mention that these trainings are tuition-free, just like the short-term skills acquisition trainings, with over 10,000 graduates in 2 years. In 2 years, the short-term acquisition program had 4,200 females and 2,052 male graduates in 2019, while year 2020 recorded 2,556 females and 687 male graduates from the 18 skills acquisition centers.
I decided to choose catering and hotel management because I have passion for this job, this work, and this is a work that most people believe that it is for female. So we are here to show them that men, this thing is not only for female men. We men can also do better in this field because the vocational school is the best, and we are here. They are doing so many things. There are so many things that they won't learn outside. They will come here and they will learn it.
I chose this ICT because we are in the computer world, just to know how the computer transforms the world and the course is very interesting. I would like to impact people with this my knowledge and to tell all our sons that they should give kudos to the Lagos State.
In collaboration with Lagos State Technical and Vocational Board last Feb, the ministry reviewed the training syllabus, which has led to the award of highly recognized certificate of competence to graduates. Also, a total number of 500 women and young adults benefited from the entrepreneurial digital training in year 2020, and another 500 benefited from the digital marketing training. The program focuses at exposing young entrepreneurs to digital training techniques. 100 recipients were given Android phones to start up their businesses.
About 500 women went through a digital training program just for them to be able to do their businesses online, since that seems to be the new normal in Lagos State. We taught them how to market their products online and also entrepreneurship. Some of our students that graduated from our skills acquisition centers were taught how to market their products and how to run their businesses.
In furtherance of its pledge to end poverty through the implementation of socio-economic programs, the administration, through WAPA, organized the Mega Empowerment Programs, which has over 6,670 women and youths as beneficiaries. The beneficiaries are indigent residents, as well as the graduates of the skills acquisition centers, widows who are drawn from the 20 local government areas and 37 local government development areas.
Ever since I was empowered by Lagos State government, and ever since I started with a little in front of my mother-in-law's house, then later I got a kiosk, then later I'm in this good shop. The empowerment program is a very good program because it helps a lot of women who wants to be what they want to be, if you know what you want. And ever since I'm being empowered, they do send me, sometimes Lagos State is giving out a lot of things. They give out to us by money in cash.
Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ṣe nǹkan ribiribi. Wọ́n fún wa ní ẹ̀rọ ìlọta ká fi máa tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ wa àti láti fi ṣe nǹkan pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́ nínú ilé. A dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn fún nǹkan tó ṣe fún wa. Mo gbọ́ bùkátà nínú ẹ̀ o. Even though bí Nàìjíríà ṣe rí nsìn tí ò sí nǹkan kan ta, òun la fi ń gbéra wa nínú ilé. Even though bí bàbá gan ò rí múlẹ̀, ẹ̀rọ ìgò tó manage lọ́tọ̀ láti fi jẹun pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ, láti fi bọ́ family. Bó ṣe fún mi, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn o. Torí àwọn tó kùnà tó bá tún máa ṣe empowerment kan tó rántí àwọn náà nínú àánú wọn. Ọlọ́run á máa gbọ́wọ́ wọn sókè.
In the same vein, agricultural training was organized for rural women in planting and cultivation of vegetables, cassava, garri processing and other arable crops, and has 750 women that have benefited, and these women were also given portions of land for their farming practice. An additional 150 will be trained on vegetable farming before the end of June 2021. As part of the measures to cushion the economic activities of widows, 2,450 women were given 20,000 naira as grants to commemorate International Widows' Day as livelihood support. In ensuring that women in the state are not just productive but also healthy, the ministry organized medical screening for 3,337 women in the 6 senatorial districts of the state. The medical screening include sugar level examination, blood pressure, eye test, cervical and breast screening. To mitigate the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic, the administration lent a hand of support to 5,000 vulnerable women across the state and also produced 500,000 face masks. Meanwhile, 700 women came together under the WAPA Connect to discuss issues pertaining to the economic and social development of women in the society. At the end of the event, each woman was left charged and ready to continue her daily ordeal with a growth mindset. In line with the global campaign on gender equality by the United Nations, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu officially launched the E for She campaign to accelerate support of men for women's economic empowerment, to support women's role in peace and security processes, and eliminate all kinds of gender-based violence.
This campaign is a clarion call on all the male gender to sign up to this initiative because it is an idea that society as a whole stands to benefit from. women they are endowed with incredible potential that the society needs to harness and achieve the optimal level of development. And you can see it from the cabinet, from our permanent secretary, from our judicial, which have more women. It goes to show that we in Lagos, we don't just started today, we started way long before now. We're just encouraging other arms of government and other individuals to take up the lead that Lagos has started.
Furthermore, to aid social development and promote economic activities, the ministry renovated the Women Development Center, Agege, while the ongoing construction of a domestic violence survival home is near completion. Through its advocacy campaign with non-governmental organizations and the United Nations, the ministry held a series of sensitization programs, namely 16 Days Activism War to End Violence Against Women and Girls. Also organized a day parenting forum to curb social vices, women, peace and security, workshop for community leaders, and 2-day sensitization program for market women leaders on how to end gender-based violence, amongst others. To place more emphasis on the administration's zero tolerance to domestic violence against women, WAPA organized a 2-day workshop on gender-based violence tagged Men Too Can End Gender-Based Violence. The program focused on eliminating all kinds of violence against women and educate boys who will one day grow up to be men, as it is important to catch them young. The dangers of violating the rights of women was also discussed extensively because Lagos State will not tolerate abuse of any kind against women, as a role in the development of a state cannot be overemphasized. Undoubtedly, therefore, this administration believes that women's economic empowerment is a crucial pillar in the sustainable development goal of a nation. Hence, its commitment to ensuring every woman and youth in Lagos State is empowered and independent.